Welcome to another Volti Audio one-take video. Last week I had 5 days off, and that doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it usually revolves around a car purchase. And I went and bought a car for my wife last week, and it was in Boise, Idaho, which meant that I could have a wonderful cross-country trip home, which I've done many times, and absolutely love driving out west in the United States. We have such a beautiful country, and we have a road network that gets us close to that beauty. And not to be missed, let me tell you, if you have never driven out west, you need to. Go get a pen. You have a pen and a post-it note, and just write a note. Say, Greg says, you got to go drive the western United States, South Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, absolutely wonderful places to drive on beautiful roads. Do it before you die. So what did I find that inspired me to take 5 days off and go get it? A cream puff, let me tell you. It was a 2014 Mercedes-Benz C300. Yeah, I know, C is the cheap model, got it, but still, it's a Mercedes-Benz. It's a fantastic little car. It was only 16 grand. It has only 24,000 miles on it. It was like going back in time to 2014 and buying a brand new Mercedes for 16 grand. It felt and drove just like a brand new car. It's one of those cars that I think, why do people spend so much money on new cars today? If you ask me, 2014, that's peak automobile right there. All right, I could talk about this for an hour, but I won't. So it was Sunday morning, last Sunday morning, when last week's video, Volti video, came out, that I was in the air going to Boise. And when I got to Boise, hang on, I got it. You know me with my one takes here. There we go. So when I got to Boise, I wanted to check out the video and see if any comments were there, and there were a few comments. And I was like, yes, I'm not the only person in the world who feels this way about about computers. And I had this funny vision in my mind that I had poked a bunch of old audiophile dudes who kind of came awake and started saying derogatory things about digital. I don't dislike digital. I think my digital sound is very, very good. If you've been to the shows and heard my room, you definitely walked into a room and thought, this is a really natural sound that they have in here. And part of that is the source, the digital source, with my Border Patrol DAC and also the Mojo DAC that I've been using lately. And I suppose that the music server has something to do with that too. But as I said in my last video, I'm really looking forward to going personally, just for my own personal hobby, really looking forward to getting back to a vinyl record, Drop the Needle, and that will happen. It's going to take a little time, but I have to really figure out, it's a big change for me to do that. But anyway, what a great drive back. My goodness, I came, right after I bought the car, I went up into the mountains of Idaho, about 3 hours northeast of Boise. And I found a kind of a rustic resort place there with food and a bar and hot springs. There's actually the Mother Earth hot water coming out of the ground in the mountains of Idaho. Who knew? So from there, came down through Utah, and not on highways. I was on back roads. I was finding mountain roads I could get onto, and just beautiful little towns that I was driving through. And that night I got basically south of Provo, And then the next day through Moab, driving along the Colorado River. My goodness, just magnificent. You know, when I think of the Colorado River, I think of something big. It's not that big. It's kind of like the Rio Grande. It's just, I'm looking at it thinking, really? That's it? And when I think of the Kennebec River in Maine, that's much bigger, much more water, it seems like. Anyway, I don't know. It's a little baffling to me, but gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. My goodness, the rock hills and I don't know. It's just and to be on my own time, right? Be on my own schedule, do what I want to do, basically, and just that freedom. There's nothing like it. You can offer me a 2-week vacation in Italy or 2 weeks driving a roadster back from California. Taking the roadster every single time. But there does become a point in the trip where you get to, well, in my case, I got to I-40. And, you know, I-40 is just pretty mind-numbing, 2 days from Oklahoma to home here in Tennessee. And during that time, plenty of time to think about stuff, which I did. I did a lot of thinking. And there was just a few things that I wanted to tidy up with this Innuos thing. I don't want to hammer on these guys. They're good people. They make a good product. They've just made a business decision and a pricing structure that just it doesn't align with my values. It's not something I can sell to my customers, and it's, well, frankly, it's not something I can even afford. This is something that I didn't touch on. We looked at it from the point of view of $21,700 for a music server. Really, seriously, a friggin' computer in a box, and what does this computer do? What does it do? Think about it. Think about what it does. It takes the song from the internet. By the way, the internet is always up there, right? Takes the song from the internet, it downloads it, it does that, and it spits it out to the DAC. That's all it does. What flavor is that going to change in your music system? Not much. Not much. I mean, think about it. What makes your system? It is essentially the speakers, of course, right? And then it's the amplifier. And if you have a separate preamplifier or integrator or whatever, those electronics are important. That they are going to have an effect on the overall sound of your system. The source, yes, it's going to, but really when you look at, what a music server does, right? Download out to the DAC, it's a little sliver of your system. It's just a little part of it. So if you have one at $1,000 and you have one at $50,000, what's the difference between those two? It's certainly not like that kind of a difference in speaker. If you had those two differences in speaker, there'd be an enormous difference in what you hear from the system. It'd be completely different worlds. But with music service, if you ask me, it's a little bit. It's just a little bit. When I bought my Inuos Zenith a few years ago, I don't know how long ago it was, I think my cost was probably $3,500, something like that. And I think retail was $5,500, $6,000, something in that range. And I remember asking people at Inuos, I wanted a marketing spiel. I wanted to be able to sell this to my customer. And so I said, look, aren't digital bits, right? I mean, right? It's this thing here. And yes, Greg, digital bits are digital bits. However, how those digital bits are aligned as they flow down the proverbial stream and how much noise they carry with them down that stream really makes a difference. Now that clicked with me. I thought, there we go. There's a couple things that I can use to sell that product to my customers. And I also learned that Inuos, they really do focus on sound quality more than anything else. And so noise reduction is really important. Power supply is really important, as it is in anything electronic. Power supply is extremely important. And so, so I had a good spiel. I had a way of saying to customers, look, they make their own parts. They use really good power supplies, nice casework. They concentrate on reducing noise. They have a nice app that you can use. It was a good feeling and easy actually to sell a $6,000 Innuos Zenith. That was midline at that point, right? We had the Mini with a linear power supply. It was in the $2,000 range. Then you had the Zen, which was really, to me, mostly forgotten. And then the Zenith, I would say to my customers, look, this is the sweet spot right here. Next step up is like $20,000 for a statement. So it was just that it was comfortable. It made sense. My customers could appreciate that. I don't think anybody would have a problem with me making a couple grand off selling an Innuos. You know, I have a business, I have expenses, blah, blah, blah. It's reasonable, right? You look at pricing now, I mean, if I sell a Zenith to a customer now, first off, I don't know what words I use. I mean, they're no different. The words aren't any different. There's no marketing spiel that I can come up with to justify, 4 times the price. I can't do that. Nobody can, unless you're just total bullshit, which of course we know there's plenty of that in our industry. But you, right? I mean, that's what it does. How much better is it going? It's not going to be any better. It's going to be just the tiniest little bit difference in your system. It's not going to matter that much. So I got thinking about this as I'm driving along, and I'm thinking, what words, if I can't come up with words to sell a customer a $22,000 music server, what words would I use to sell a $30,000 one, like the statement, right? Statement's at around $30,000 now. And think about that for a second, right? So Zenith went 4 times the price. That's 400%. Statement went, I think, 40% about. Now, I know I'm off a little bit, but basically, right? 404, that tells you something right there. You look at that and you say, okay, this isn't real. That price increase isn't really about getting more, getting a better sound, getting something that it isn't about that at all. It's about a company wanting to restructure their pricing and set their products to be more exclusive, right? And I would rather own things and sell things to my customers that are more inclusive. Exclusivity is for people, they don't buy Volti audio speakers. That's not what they do. The people who buy Volti audio are buying something that's real, that's substantial, that's made by artisans, by hand, that's, really well built, really, really good sounding, and a really good value in the marketplace. That's where my customers are coming to me for. I can't sell them. I can't sell them a $30,000 box that can't do it. So then I got thinking, have you heard about the new Nazare, right? The Nazare from Inuos, elevating your music listening experience to otherworldly dimensions. I mean, what words do you use? What words are you going to use to sell a $50,000 box that does that? Well, Inuos figured it out. They had to, didn't they? I mean, they had to come up with something. If you're gonna structure your business that way, you're gonna have to figure out a way to fill a 55-gallon barrel full of the biggest bunch of bullshit marketing you've ever heard and put it out in a video, a 2-minute video. And it's right on their website. And I do recommend that you go check it out sometime. But actually, I'm gonna play it for you right now. I need to take a drink. Bear with me. So I'm going to play this video. And these are the words that you have to use to make somebody want to buy a $50,000 box that does that. All right? You ready? All right, here we go. By the way, we'll be listening to a single multi-audio RAS speaker. That's the ocean.
In Nazaré, everything begins with the hands. Tradition is shaped with intention. Craftsmanship is passed down through time, etched into every surface. Natural, raw, essential. From the roots of the past, a new expression of sound begins to emerge, where a guiding lighthouse casts its beam on the edge of the world. The ocean floor plunges into a colossal canyon, stirring the deep blue into towering waves that rise and roar with the raw, endless power of the sea. At the edge of the known world, sea speaks in waves, unpredictable, powerful, immersive. Every element aligned, every movement with meaning, powerful, immersive, emotional. Above the chaos, a constant light, a point of clarity, a signal through the storm, like sound guided with intention. What if music could rise with the same force? What if sound could be shaped from silence? With precision, depth, and emotion. A new wave is rising. Nazaré, the new flagship music streamer and server by Innuos. Powerful, immersive, emotional. More than a name, a force reimagined in sound. Nazaré, powerful, immersive, emotional.
I can't help it. I can't help myself. That's business. What can you say? All right. I'm done hammering on Innuos. I'm done with it. I'm just going to get off of it now. I think I've made my point pretty clear. I can't, they've come to me at the shows and said, Greg, you really should be showing with one of our newer models. And when they first said that to me, when my rep came in, he said that to me. I thought, it's a good idea. I probably should do that. I should upgrade the Zenith, go to the new one, right? Then I looked at the cost of it. My cost, it was over 4 times higher than when I bought my my Zenith just a few years. I can't afford that. Well, if I bought fewer cars, I could afford that. But Porsche Boxster or yeah. All right. Listen, I'm not going to end it there. I want to show you something. All right. And so bear with me here. You know me with my one take thing. Here we go. I'm going to take you out. Oh, look. There it is. All right. So I'm going to take you out in the shop because I don't want this whole thing to be about Innuos. So I'm going to end this video on something a little more interesting than that. Wow, what a beautiful day. We're going to have to go for a ride later, for sure. only turn on one bank of lights because the other lights are hooked to the compressor. And that way when I go out at night and I shut the lights off, I also shut my compressor off. Isn't that cool? Here's a set of RAS, a batch of RAS. Cabinets being done. I got a new guy in the shop now. He's doing pretty good. Those are, whose are those? Those are, I think those are Bob's rivals. Anyway, I wanted to show you my balcony. Check out my balcony. I had a balcony like this in my shop in Maine, and it was such a nice feature. I thought, I'm gonna put one in the new shop, and so there it is. It serves no purpose except just to be cool. And you can see the prototype mid-range horns over there. Those are just various horns that I have tried over the years. Actually, that's just partial. I've done a lot more than that. But horn lenses, you can calculate all day long, but you have to listen. You have to listen to them. Each one has its own particular sound quality, and that is one of the reasons why my mid-range horns sound so good, is because I take the time to do that. And here's my La Scalas. These are not the ones that I bought when I was 14 years old, but they look pretty close. The ones that I bought had handles, thank goodness, because I had to move around so much. Those are bone stock and very musical. Yes, I can pick apart the sound quality a lot, but they're still a very musical speaker. Perfect for a shop too. It doesn't matter, you know, if it gets dusty, I just take the air hose and I blow in air the right side of the bass horn, and the dust comes out the left side. And then this is cool too. See, imagine air conditioning, right? A shop that is a lot of the time very, very dusty. Not easy to do. Because the air circulates, and that means dust flows with the air into the unit. And so what I did was I put that unit vertically, and I made this box or plenum with oops, let me see if I can show you this. This door that opens, and then the filters slide out like that, and you clean the filters and pop that back in. And we have to do that sometimes twice a day to keep those filters clean. Have you cleaned your filters in your system recently? Makes a big difference. Go do it now. Greg says so. All right. Hey, I'm gonna get going now. Appreciate you guys. If you think I deserve it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you like this content, become a subscriber. I'm gonna put these out every Sunday morning, and I think this rambling one take thing is working for me. Time-wise it works, because I just do the video and bang it right up on YouTube, schedule it for Sunday morning, and I'm done. And I like that, because I am very, very busy building speakers. I do not have time to edit stuff and put together really professional videos. I appreciate the people that do that, but it's not me. And I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you putting up with the way that I do this. And I will catch you on the next one, all right? Bye.